In my last video, I went over some glitches and how they could potentially point to things happening with future DLC characters, and I prefaced the whole video by saying it was sort of tinfoil hat theory stuff, and to not take it too seriously. It's just sort of fun speculation. Well, this video is going to be even heavier on the tinfoil, so get your Reynolds wrap ready and let's jump in. I also want to thank Guardian of Star Road over on Twitter and Godzilla Guy 64 from Smashboards for showing me that tinfoil Geno image. That image is awesome. I really love it. So thanks for creating that one, guys. Now, before we get to the main topic of today's video, I want to mention a few things having to do with those glitches I was talking about in the last video. So we were speculating about some odd things that were happening with Ridley's Down B, and in the comment section of my video, ALMAO wrote, "This is not a glitch. In the update, they changed Ridley's Down special so that it could not trigger the special zoom shortly after the opponent was grabbed. This was done to prevent Ridley from doing Down B infinites by having his teammate repeatedly grab the opponent after the special zoom. What you're seeing isn't the sour spot, it's just the sweet spot, but without the special zoom." So I did mention Ridley's Down B was specified in the patch notes for version 8.0.0, so it seems the dev team was actually changing this one on purpose, and the more I'm learning about it, the more it seems like this isn't a glitch and probably a purposeful change. We also had several glitches going on with Daisy. Part of her dress was disappearing, making it look more like a skirt. Sometimes she was becoming this sort of silhouette fighter, also sometimes with the dress looking more like a skirt while that's happening. And there was a spot on the top of Daisy's head when she removes the crown. I briefly mentioned some theories I was seeing for it possibly having to do with Geno's cape or something. We also have Marth's cape disappearing as a glitch, so maybe something's going on with fabric for some character. So because this glitch causes Daisy's dress to look more like a skirt, I've seen people predicting that potentially this glitch could be pointing to the dev team working on some future DLC character that has a skirt of similar length. This is possibly being done for censorship issues. Underneath the dresses for characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is just a blank void. After all, Sakurai has said Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is for good boys and girls. So one character I've seen people predicting with that idea in mind is 2B from Nier. I've also seen quite a few people talking about how Daisy would make a good base character to create Reimu, and of course having a skirt length instead of a dress length fits Reimu really well. Over on Twitter, Canon Toho Facts wrote, "Since people are speculating over Daisy's short dress, crown thing, and blast zone glitches, I just wanted to get this out there. Reimu's dress is actually a similar size. She also has a ribbon on her head and could have some gimmicks regarding borders." And this next guess is really out there, but I said I'd have some tinfoil hat theories in this video. This is from @RaymanForSmash, and it says, "If floating is what causes a change to Daisy's model, wouldn't a change to Rayman's model happen if he had his helicopter hair, to give him a spinning hair effect?" Also on the note of Daisy's strange crown glitch, Brad P. in my comment section wrote, "The dark spot on Daisy's head is the third eye from her Melee trophy." For those of you who don't know, in Super Smash Bros. Melee, if you looked at Daisy's trophy model and zoomed in underneath the hair, there was a mysterious eye left on that model. It was really strange, so this is sort of a joke. Okay, so now let's get to the main subject I want to talk about in this video, and it's something I've mentioned in past videos. It's basically the whole thing about Challenger Pack 7 for Fighter 77, but let's really look at it, because some new stuff has come out and we're getting close to a specific date that could be important for this one. Over on Twitter, Guardian of Star Road wrote, "I'm just gonna say I'm 99% probably completely wrong on them announcing Geno then, but it's a fun theory considering all the coincidences going on for the 7th. And before I get into talking about this stuff, I want to echo that same notion. I don't actually think this is going to happen. It's just really cool to theorize about because there's so many coincidences going on. But I don't want to get anyone's hopes up because, yeah, I don't actually believe this one myself. I'm just having fun looking at it. Okay, so what is the basic theory itself? Well, now that we have Min Min out of the way, our next fighter is Challenger Pack 7. So they actually carried over the numbering from the first Fighters Pass. So Fighter Pass 1 was Challenger Pack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And instead of starting over with Fighter Pass 2 going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they continued the numbering for Challenger Packs. So Min Min is Challenger Pack 6, and our next one is Challenger Pack 7. What's interesting about that is that Min Min was fighter number 76. So that means Challenger Pack 7 is going to be fighter number 77. So there's a lot of 7s lining up together here. So which characters could potentially fit the number 7? Before we got the Heihachi Mii costume, I saw Heihachi for Smash talking about how Tekken 7 is the latest Tekken game. Shantae, of course, is also associated with the number 7 due to 7 sirens. And even though we already have Cloud in the game representing Final Fantasy VII, Cloud did not come with very many spirits or music tracks, so getting another Final Fantasy VII character could bring that sort of thing in, someone like Sephiroth. We also have the Final Fantasy VII Remake happening recently, so the series is relevant right now. And of course, the character I'm backing that has an association with the number 7 is Geno, as he's from Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. Now, so far, the way they've been numbering the characters hasn't really had any significance for which character happens for that number. However, I will point out that Min Min was fighter number 76, and we did get the Vault Boy Mii costume, and of course, Fallout's latest entry is Fallout 76. It's a little reaching, but it may have been intentional. If this was at all in any way intentional to have Vault Boy show up with fighter number 76, it could point to the dev team actually paying attention to these fighter numbers. Alright, so let's take this 7 thing a step further. This month is July, the 7th month, and we're approaching the 7th day, so July 7th. Over on Twitter, at BraveBrandon440 wrote, "I'm with you on the possibility of July 7th possibly revealing Fighter 77 of Challenger Pack 7. They went on to say, remember the 8-8-18 Direct with Simon and K. Rool? Back on 8-8-18, we did get Simon Belmont and King K. Rool, along with some Echo Fighters, revealed to us in a Super Smash Bros. Direct. So it is possible something could happen on 7-7. Nintendo has done something strange with dates like that before, considering 8-8-18. So obviously, it's a huge reach to think something's going to actually happen on July 7th, just because it lines up with the 7s. However, there is something else going on that's sort of pointing to that same date. So over on Twitter, someone going by the name of @HotGirlVideos69, and yes, I'm aware that sounds more like a link you shouldn't click on, and going by the name of Tiffany Treadmore, posted this cryptic tweet. It says 612, 619, 76, and 714. What's really weird about this one is that they've actually been consistently right about stuff. And these could actually be dates. June 12th and June 19th both had something happen significant with Nintendo. This is pinned over in my Discord and it says, Evidence Hot Girl Videos 69. That's a line I wasn't expecting to write. At some point, the Hot Girl Videos 69 Twitter account, who I'll just refer to as Tiffany, tweeted the following numbers in a now deleted tweet. 612, 619, 76, 714. 612 and 619 have actually led up to things happening. 612, we got a video showing 6-minute video about Paper Mario, the Origami King, such as companions, and we're also shown some information about Pokemon coming with the Isle of Armor. 619, the day the ARMS Fighter presentation was announced. 7-6 could be the day of a Direct Mini Shadow Drop, or an announcement for a 7-7 Direct, as Directs are announced a day in advance. It is also possible that the Direct is announced on 7-14, with 7-6 being the Pikmin 3 reveal. Tiffany is also saying that Mario, Metroid, Breath of the Wild 2, and super secret new project using classic IP should have been announced by now. Not to get off subject here, but the super secret new project using a classic IP, if I had to make a wild guess, maybe something with the Mother series or something with, honestly, Super Mario RPG. Okay, so going over those dates again, on June 12th we had that Paper Mario the Origami King trailer, and then on June 19th we got the Mr. Sakurai Presents an ARMS Fighter announced to us. So this wasn't the day of the ARMS Fighter reveal trailer, it was, however, the day we got it announced that we'd be getting one on the 22nd. So since the June 19th date was for an announcement, it's possible this 7-6 number is talking about July 6th, and they're going to announce something. It's possible it could be for something the next day, like a Nintendo Direct, where potentially we could get a Smash character revealed, and that would fall on July 7th. So is anything else of significance happening on July 7th? Over on Twitter, Emmy wrote, this is an absolute reach, but the Tanabata Star Festival, is on July 7th, 7-7, which lines up with Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. So the Tanabata Festival, also known as the Star Festival in Japan, is happening on July 7th, 7-7 for a Star Festival. Over on Twitter, Guardian of Star Road wrote, also, Tanabata for the Star Festival involves a Japanese tradition in which people write their wishes on small, colorful strips of paper and hang them on the branches of small decorative bamboo trees. We're hitting levels of coincidence I didn't think was possible. So on 7-7, we have a Japanese Star Festival that involves wishes. All of these things relate to Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. So on July 7th, 7/7, we have a Japanese Star Festival that involves wishes, and in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the next character is Challenger Pack 7 for Fighter 77, and we have Geno from Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars that involves wish-making, stars, and the number 7 as a highly speculated character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC. Yeah. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are thinking it's way too soon to get another Super Smash Bros. Character revealed to us. We just got Min Min revealed and released like a week ago. How could they possibly have another character ready to get revealed? Well, do keep in mind that E3 was canceled this year, and traditionally E3 has had multiple character reveals for Smash Bros. So it's possible that the original idea here was to reveal and release Min Min and reveal the next character to us. It wouldn't be outside of the norm for that to happen at E3. But of course E3 was canceled, so potentially plans have changed, but they may have another character ready to reveal very soon. Over on my Discord, Josh pointed this out to me. I'm surprised we're already about a quarter of the way through Fighter Pass 2, and we only have one fighter. I saw something last night that was recent that still had the December 2021 date on it. And that's true. We're already 7 months into 2020, and this whole second Fighters Pass is supposed to end by December 31st, 2021. So we're more than a quarter of the way into this Fighter Pass with only one character revealed and released, and we don't even have the next one revealed to us. So we're actually running behind, if anything. Of course, there is a pandemic right now, so having things be behind slightly is totally reasonable, but it is pretty interesting we only have one character revealed and released, when at this point we should probably at least have the next character revealed to us, if things are still on track to end by December 31st, 2021. And all this conspiracy theory stuff isn't the only thing pointing to a potential Nintendo Direct happening in July. Over on Twitter, Kelios FR, who correctly predicted the March 26th Direct, says, "You forgot Nintendo Direct in July" to Jeff Grubb, when Jeff Grubb listed out things that would be happening in July. So Kelios is saying that a Nintendo Direct should be happening this month. Over on Twitter, I wrote, Tanabata Star Festival is July 7th, 7/7. Next is Challenger Pack 7 for Fighter 77. We're past 25% of the time frame for our second Fighters Pass, ending December 2021, and only have 1 out of 6 characters. Also skipped E3, which could have had a character reveal. I'm stretching like Min Min. I'm not actually expecting anything to happen on July 7th, and likely Challenger Pack 7 coinciding with Fighter 77 is just that, a coincidence. And if Geno isn't Fighter 77, that doesn't mean he's out of the running. Unless, of course, he shows up as a Mii costume. Again, these fighter numbers have never had any significance with the characters themselves, so likely Fighter 77 won't either. So please don't overhype for this one, but hey, speculation is fun. Well, that's pretty much all of it. Again, I'm not really expecting something to happen on July 7th. However, all these coincidences lining up is extremely interesting and fun to theorize about. If you guys have any thoughts or comments about any of the stuff I talked about in this video, leave them below. So once again, thank you guys for all the subscribes, all the likes. It really helps out the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, or like the video, or leave a comment, whatever you want. Until next time, have a good one.